used to think that living on the 10th floor meant I was safe, too high for anyone to reach. But one day, someone started leaving boxes at my door. No name, no address. My best friend lived in the building next to mine. We grew up together. In our final year of school, we ended up in the same class. That year felt perfect. I was at school when I got a text from my parents. They were staying overnight at a relative's. I immediately thought about having a sleepover. That night, we took silly selfies, watched a movie, and laughed at nothing. We felt grown up being alone. Total freedom. Later in the evening, we decided to go downstairs to grab dinner and dessert. When I opened my front door, there was a package sitting right in front of it. I didn't think much of it. I pushed the box inside with my foot. It was surprisingly light, too light. We headed toward the elevator. We waited and waited. 2 minutes, 3 minutes. The elevator wasn't coming. We decided to take the stairs down. I lived on the 10th floor. When we reached near the first floor, I suddenly heard loud banging, metal against metal, echoing through the stairwell. I don't know why, but I screamed and ran the rest of the way down. My friend ran with me. When we reached the lobby, we burst out laughing. Why did I scream? Was I scared? Or just being dramatic? We brushed it off and walked to the convenience store. When we returned, the elevator still wasn't responding. So we climbed the stairs all the way back up. We were halfway up when we heard it again. That same loud banging. It was coming from above us. We stopped, looked up, but we couldn't see anything. The metal banging continued, slow, deliberate. I smiled at my friend like nothing was wrong. When we finally reached my floor, I felt relieved. But then I saw it, the package. It was back at my door. I was sure I had pushed it inside earlier. I picked it up. It was still extremely light. No address, no name, nothing. I opened my door. Inside, the first box was still there. So someone had placed another box outside my door in less than an hour. I told myself it had to be kids playing a prank. We left both boxes outside and went in. Around midnight, we were still awake, talking quietly. Then we heard it. A soft knock at the door. We froze. Were we being too loud? My friend stood up to answer the door. I stopped her. She thought maybe my parents came back early. I shook my head. They would have texted. We stood there listening. 5 minutes later, another knock. She walked toward the door and looked through the peephole. "It's dark," she said. That made no sense. Our hallway lights never turned off. Not at any hour. A strange feeling washed over me. I didn't want to open that door. Not for anything. Just as we turned away, the knocking became louder. Then we heard a soft voice. "Help me. Please help me." It sounded like a woman. My friend's expression changed. What if she's hurt? What if she needs help? I felt my heart pounding. Something wasn't right. The boxes, the stairwell banging, the elevator not working. It didn't make sense. I told her, "Let's call 911 and wait." The knocking continued. Louder, more desperate. The voice pleaded again. My friend was shaking now. She wanted to open the door. Then we heard sirens outside. Suddenly, the woman tried the door handle, violently. We heard fast footsteps towards the stairs. Why would she run if she needed help? The police arrived quickly. We told them she ran toward the stairwell. We waited inside, terrified. Minutes later, they brought someone down. I stepped forward to look. It wasn't a woman. He was tall, pale, his hair covering his face. I told them it wasn't him. It was a woman. As they were walking away, he turned and looked directly at us. And then he started laughing, hysterically. The next morning, the police came back to explain. He had been placing empty boxes at apartment doors for days, watching from hidden corners, waiting to see who reacted. He saw us bring the box inside. He realized we were alone. The cries for help weren't cries at all. He was holding back his own laughter while pretending to sound desperate. When they caught him, he was hiding a large kitchen knife. What would have happened if we opened the door? That was the night I learned something. The scariest monsters don't try to break in. They wait for you to open the door.